Okay, SMX medical update. We bring on Dr. Joe McGinley of the McGinley Clinic. We were just saying this. We have some good news. We don't have new injuries to talk about here. We can update things we were talking about prior to Seattle, starting with Jordan Smith, who kudos to him. He had the ribs, spleen, comes back to race at Seattle. And then Dr. Joe, he probably hit the ground a dozen times. So this dude's tough. We know that. But that had to be hard to watch since you know him well.
Yeah, first, you mentioned it. Great that we're not talking about a new injury and we can update fans on riders that are healing and getting back out there. But yeah, watching Jordan crash out there, I was watching on TV and I was holding my breath every time. And you're right. I mean, that's the worst case scenario. Those ribs are not healed yet, right? So the broken bones, his broken ribs are still there. The spleen is likely mostly healed at this point. But every time he hit the ground, I was holding my breath, just hoping that, it wasn't a major injury, it didn't re-aggravate it. And look, he pushed through. He got through. He got points. Even at the end when he crashed, he moved up through the pack nicely in that main event. So great to see him back out there. He wasn't on the bike for a bit, so that probably contributed to some of what we were seeing this past weekend. He had to take quite a few weeks off, not riding at all, to allow those injuries to heal. But again, he's still dealing with broken ribs, and that's not fun when you're an athlete and you're pushing your lungs, you're pushing your cardiovascular endurance, you're breathing heavy. That's going to hurt. And then hitting the ground on top of that, just, a little insult to injury on that as well.
So now we talk about Ken Roxon, who, again, we also talked about before. Seattle has a separated shoulder. Dr. McGinley sounds like he learned a little more about his situation and how severe it is. But at the same time, he rode awesome. He was battling for the win for a while.
Yeah, he mentioned the results that it was almost completely torn. Again, I didn't see the images. He got an MRI. Based on what he said, I'd probably put that in a grade 2 separation of that shoulder, probably close to grade 3. But again, the fact that he said almost torn would technically put him in the grade 2 category. But you couldn't tell by his riding out there. It looked like he had a fully healed shoulder and he's out there racing and competing. But again, towards the end of the race, you could tell he's losing a little bit of steam. That shoulder has to be sore. There has to be some concern on his part when he's out there hitting the whoops, hitting the jumps of the stability of that shoulder. The key for him for the rest of the season is making sure that he's going to maintain the health of that and get that healed.
All right, so he's going to be on the fly trying to heal from that one and still scratch out podiums, points, and all that. And hopefully we don't have any additional new injuries to talk about from here on out. We'll see what happens. Thanks for the time, Dr. McGinley.
Thank you.